Hello everybody, welcome back to Being the Odds. It is Tuesday, February 4th, 2025, and we are back with our best bets of the day. If you're new to the channel, my name is Zach, and welcome to Being the Odds. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like this video. Definitely helps with winning, by the way. The more likes we get, the more we typically win. We're going after 15,000 subscribers, so I'm excited to have you all here. Let's go win together today. Let's go make some money. So to recap yesterday's results, we made some more money yesterday. Went 2-1-1 yesterday. Kansas minus 2.5 was free money. Also, our best bet on our membership. By the way, you can become a member at zdmbets.com/picks. Website link in the comments below. Under 144.5 in Kansas and Iowa State. Easy dub, never doubt. But Kansas minus 2.5 win. Rockets plus 6 was a push. Probably should have gotten under that number, but it is what it is. Under 221 in Kings and Minnesota, that was a loss. Over 5.5 Ottawa and Nashville win. So we'll take a 2-1-1 day every single day of the week, especially when you're making money. And we have a massive video for you guys here. We have 7 plays on the channel today. And I can't wait to jump into them. So we're going to jump into them now. First play I'm rolling with. And first play we're going to go on college basketball. Now, we're going to be looking at a lot of home teams today. I like actually, I don't like this a lot, but I do like a lot of, I don't like this normally, but today I really like a lot of favorites today. So let's jump into them. First off, first home team we're rolling with today, Ole Miss minus 4.5 versus Kentucky. The sharps are on Ole Miss, the public's on Kentucky. And first things first, let's just start with this. Ole Miss is at home. And in college basketball, college football, big deal. And Ole Miss being at home after the Auburn game, I think the crowd is going to be rocking tonight, even though it is a Tuesday. And Kentucky is not a good defensive team. And Ole Miss, I thought played pretty well. Could have easily covered against Auburn, did not. But Auburn is the best defensive team probably in college basketball. Kentucky isn't nearly as close. It isn't close to how good Auburn is on the defensive end, which is going to give, I think Ole Miss's offense is going to look a lot better. And Ole Miss defensively is better than Kentucky. And Kentucky's going to have to travel after losing to Arkansas at home, which is going to be a tough ask for them. I love Ole Miss in this spot. The sharp money is on Ole Miss. The public's on Kentucky. It's a perfect recipe. Give me Ole Miss here, minus 4.5 versus Kentucky. Next, Northwestern, money line versus USC. I'm not limited analysis for this one. Northwestern's better. That's just really what it comes down to. They're a bunch of fifth-year guys. They're at home, and USC's got to travel backwards across the country. Their body clock's going to be off as to when they're playing. I love Northwestern today. They should win this game. I think this is like a 5, 6, 7 point spread. Normally, by the way, the spread right now on this game is minus 1.5. I would be looking at probably the I like doing the money line instead of the minus 1.5 just in case you get hooked or something like that. But with all the 4th, 5th, and 6th year guys on this Northwestern team, they should be able to handle their business at home and catch a dub here. I love Northwestern here, money line versus USC. Next, I'm going with St. John's, minus 2.5 versus Marquette. Marquette not having Tyler Kolek is a big deal. And I know he's been out. I know he's not been playing this whole year because he's been in the NBA. But, like, you can just see this team isn't the same. Cam Jones is awesome for Marquette. And I mean awesome. But he can't, like him and Kolek together is what made this team special, not just Cam Jones. And also St. John's at home is a completely different animal. St. John's on the road can be had. St. John's at home is like, they are really good. And I mean really good. This game should be awesome. And I think that Pitino is better than Shaka Smart as a coach. And I think St. John's 1 through 15 has more talent than Marquette does 1 through 15. So give me St. John's here over Marquette. By the way, another bet you could look at for this one, I'm not betting this, but what I do kind of like here as well is I also like the over in this game because this game should be just up and down all day long. So I love St. John's here. I think they win this game by like 4 or 5 points. Next, we're going with the Raptors. This is one you guys can hold your nose and freaking bet it. Raptors plus 4.5 versus the Knicks. The sharps are on the Raptors. The Knicks are off a back-to-back. They've got to travel and a tough emotional win against the Rockets. And the Raptors have been playing better as of late. Also, for me, I look at the public right now and just see where they're going because they're always wrong. That's why Vegas builds these big buildings, not because the public wins. But when you look at the public plays today, I mean, with the Knicks, I mean, right this second, 62% of the bets are on the Knicks, but only 41% of the money. I mean, that's a huge discrepancy. And the sharp money today, 38% of the bets, 59% of the money is on the Raptors. This line, by the way, has tumbled. It started yesterday at plus 5.5 because I monitored the plays, the spreads the day before. It started at 5.5. It's all the way down to 4.5, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's down to 4 or 3.5 or maybe even 3 today. I think the Raptors win this game outright, but for the show, I'm going to take the points. So give me Raptors here plus 4.5 versus the Knicks. That's what I'm putting my money on anyway. Whenever you're given points, you take it. And that's really what it comes down to. Pacers minus 4.5 will be our next play versus the Blazers. The public today is all over the Blazers for some reason. I don't get this at all. I mean, outside of the body clock, you can maybe make an argument because, the Pacers are traveling across the country, East Coast time zone, a West Coast time zone. Plus, they have to be in Portland, which would depress the fuck out of me if I had to take 1 foot inside that city. I mean, it's just a complete cesspool and boring as shit. And not really boring per se because things are on fire all the time, but even so, I mean, I don't really know why they would be the Blazers have the public on them. The Pacers have Halliburton, who hasn't been as good as last year or the year before, but he's still been pretty good. Injuries aren't crazy for the Pacers either. I mean, Miles Turner's probably going to play. Siakam's going to play. So, I mean, you have your big three that are playing. The Blazers are just not a good team. They could get good a couple of years after the draft, after a couple good drafts, excuse me. They could be better, or if they trade for a star, which, I mean, again, no one's going to Portland. So I think the Pacers are minus 4.5 versus the Blazers are the move. Plus, I mean, you couldn't get me to bet on Portland right now. I mean, they don't have the talent. The city is just a fucking shithole. Give me the Pacers here minus 4.5 versus the Blazers. Next, I'm going with the NHL plays. I like the under 5.5 at plus 100 or Colorado and Vancouver. Vancouver has been under team this whole year, and Colorado actually low-key has been as well. Again, it is 5.5, so I do have, and it is plus 100 odds, so it's good odds. However, I do have the possibility of being very, very wrong on that just because of the 5.5, but I think it's a sharp play. I think it's a smart play, and from what I can tell based on my research, it's the high EV play. So give me the under 5.5, under 5.5. Colorado and Vancouver. And then we're going to go with the over 6.5 in Columbus and Buffalo. Columbus has been basically an over team this entire year. Buffalo has at the second half of the season. So the second half of the season that's already happened. So the middle third of the season. Buffalo's been a really, really high-scoring team, in comparison to what they normally are. So I think this game goes way over. The sharp lane's on the over today. The public's on the over. I mean, everything's on the over today. So I like the over 6.5, Columbus and Buffalo. Now, I keep saying this on video, but I might add some more plays. Maybe not. We'll see. If I do, I'll post that in the pinned comment below, as well as my Twitter. My Twitter's in the description below. But guys, go lock in those picks. Let's go win together today. Let's go make some money. I'll see you all tomorrow.